It's 11 on a Tuesday night. You're sat in your car outside your own house, engine off, too tired to go in yet. You've been up since 6:30. You did the full day at work, the proper job, the one that pays the mortgage. And then instead of dinner and a sofa, you did the other thing. The app, the parcels, the listings that needed photographing, the course module you're behind on. Because somewhere along the way, someone convinced you that the fix for being exhausted and underpaid was a second, worse-paid job, marketed as freedom. And in the morning, on 4 hours less sleep, you'll open your phone, and a man leaning on a rented Lamborghini will tell you the problem is you're not grinding hard enough. Tonight, I want to run one calculation with you, the one that entire industry is desperate you never run. Bring a calculator, and you'll last 3 months of evenings. Here's the calculation, and I warn you now, it doesn't survive contact with honesty. The side hustle pitch is always the same shape. A monthly number dangled. An extra 500 a month just from your spare time. And it's never a lie exactly. It's just quoted in the same fictional currency as your salary gross before the machine has been through it. So let's put it through. First, the taxman. And here's the bit almost nobody in the hustle economy mentions. Side income doesn't get its own tax-free allowance, its own gentle bands, a fresh start. It stacks on top of your salary, which means every side pound you earn is your most expensive pound, taxed at your top rate. Over the 50 grand line from episode 3, that's 40% gone before we've discussed costs. There's a small mercy called the trading allowance, your first 1,000 a year, tax-free. Lovely. After that, you're filing self-assessment, which is an unpaid admin job you also just took on. Then come the actual costs, the fuel, the packaging, the platform's cut, the subscription to the tool the guru insisted you need, and then the cost nobody prices at all, the hours, not the hours you imagined, the real ones with the dead time, the driving, the photographing, the customer who wants a refund at midnight. So let's do a real one, gently, because this is somebody's actual Tuesday. Say the delivery app pays you 400 quid in a month, and it took 40 hours of evenings to earn it. £10 an hour gross, already below minimum wage, but fine. Fuel and wear on the car, call it 100. 300 left. Now the taxman takes his 40% because you had the audacity to earn this on top of a decent salary. You're left holding about £180. For 40 hours. That is £4.50 an hour. Roughly a third of the minimum wage, earned in the hours your body was begging you for rest, at a marginal tax rate the guru never once put on a thumbnail. And while you were out there earning £4.50 an hour, what was on offer back at base? The pension match from episode 5, sitting unclaimed in an HR document worth £1,000 a year for the cost of one email. At delivery rates, that email pays the same as 220 hours in the car. The savings leak from episode 8, fixable in an evening. And the biggest one decent salary negotiation. 3 grand on the base. Recurring, compounding, pensionable, every year, forever. One awkward conversation, outperforming 1,000 hours of hustle. And there's a hidden cost column too. Turning up to the proper job knackered, for months, is how you get passed over for the promotion that was worth more than every hustle in the App Store combined. The grind doesn't just underpay you. It quietly taxes the one income stream that was actually working. And the industry selling you the grind knows all of this. Because look at what the sellers actually do. The dropshipping guru's income isn't dropshipping. It's the course about dropshipping. In every gold rush in history, the reliable fortune was made selling shovels, and side hustle content is the biggest shovel shop ever built. When a man says, "Here's how I make 10 grand a month," watch his hands. The video you're watching is the 10 grand a month. And behind every one of those videos, the ones titled "How I Quit My 9 to 5, stands a silent crowd nobody films. The thousands who bought the same course, ran the same playbook, and quietly went back to the 9 to 5 minus a few grand. You only ever see the winners because the losers don't make content. That's not evidence. That's a lottery showing you it's jackpot real. Right, the test that separates the trap from the exception because there is an exception. Ask one question of any side project. Am I selling hours or building an asset? Selling hours, the app, the shifts, the gigs, is a second job in fancy dress. It's linear. Hour in, pound out, taxed at the top, and it stops the second you stop. It can absolutely serve a purpose, clearing a debt, surviving a bad patch, funding a deposit sprint, but it's a tool for a season, not a strategy for a life. Building an asset is different. A skill that raises your day rate, a product that sells while you sleep, an audience, a code base, a qualification. Assets are non-linear, and here's the honest bit: the gurus skip in the other direction. Assets pay nothing for ages, sometimes literally nothing, for a year or more, and most of them quietly die. And yes, I clock the irony from inside it. You're watching a side hustle right now. This channel is somebody's late evenings, and I'll tell you exactly what it paid last month. Nothing. That's the truth about the asset route. The costs are real and upfront. The payoff is possible and distant. Anyone selling it as quick is selling shovels. So the order of operations stays boring. Fix the main engine first, the negotiation, the match, the standing order, the box from episode 8. Then, if you build something on the side, build it because it compounds, and price your hours honestly while it doesn't. Now the reframe, and it's the gentlest one this channel has done, because tonight's episode isn't aimed at the gurus. It's aimed at the voice in your head at 10 past 11. You are not behind because you're lazy. You're tired because you did a full day's work, and the fantasy sells precisely because the salary truth is bleak, and you already know it. But the answer to a system that absorbs your income was never to hand it your evenings as well. Somewhere in the last decade, needing a second job stopped being a symptom of wages falling behind and got rebranded as ambition. That's the tell. A country where everyone needs a hustle isn't a country full of entrepreneurs. It's a country where the day job stopped covering the life and someone found a way to sell you the shortfall as a lifestyle. Your rest is not idle capital waiting to be optimized. Sometimes the most financially productive thing you can do on a Tuesday night is sleep and negotiate like hell on Wednesday. So here's your one job, and for once it might end with you doing less. Take any side hustle you're running or the one you're being sold. Real monthly profit after every cost, times zero point 0.6 if you're over the 40% line, divided by the honest hours. One number, your hustle's true hourly rate. Now hold it against the real hourly wage you calculated last episode. If the hustle pays less than the job you already have, you now know it's not an income. It's a donation, and you're the donor. See you in the next one.